Hello guys, how's it going? What's the date today? Beautiful day here in Florida, sunny Florida, the Sunshine State. Today is April 24, so that's 4/24, and on 3/24 we made this walkaway split. So that walkaway split, for you people that don't know what a walkaway split is, that's where we make up a hive with the essential ingredients. That would be a one frame, deep frame, or medium frame that is got all sealed brood, bees and all, mostly sealed brood, and then we get a frame that's full of honey and pollen, hopefully, and then we get another frame that's got some eggs in it with a lot of sealed brood also, and that's the makeup. Then you drop in a couple of planes on the outside, and that's your makeup. Put a date on it, and you're going to come back 1 month from there and check things out. Hopefully, if the weather's good, where she could get out on her mating flight and get the job done, you should have some, have some eggs in here. So we'll see how she's doing. We'll see if we can shift this over to a beefy 8-frame deep, incorporate that into an 8-frame deep. Now, what I have here is a pair of medium action here. Pair of mediums by the looks of it here. Tripod legs adjusted up here somewhat. Let's go into this puppy and see what we've got. Hopefully they're in a nice mood for us. What I'm doing now on these, you see I got a T for top. And what I've done, you've seen this in the past, I put a piece of tape grill on the bottom. There's about a 3-inch by 1-inch window cut out in this political sign. You'll see the corrugation run this way, so you want that corrugation running crossways. Then you take cornstarch and you sprinkle in there, rub it in with your finger, and then I blow them out with an air compressor. And then I take my syringe of Max Force gel bait and I put dots in there, about 6 or 8 dots, and then you put a roof on it. That's it. I've been feeding these bees, and they're putting up a little nectar in here, but that's about all. There is some plasticell in here, black. The bees seem to be a little laid back. That's nice. They don't seem to be all jittery. Here's an ugly frame here. Got a little pollen in it. A lot of pollen over here. Let me take this in the sunlight and check it. Yes, we have a laying queen. So we have a success story here. I thought we did just by the actions of the bees. Let's look through here real quick and see if we can find her. She's doing a fine job laying this up with eggs. She's doing a fine job, guys. I got one more frame to check here. I've not found her. I have not found my new baby girl yet. I have not found her. I'm going to put this colony inside of an 8 frame, and we're going to intermingle some deep stuff in there. I'll be back in a minute. Okay guys, I got her over into I just kind of checkerboarded it. Say I haven't seen her yet. She's in here somewhere. She's laying real well. So this is my new design, you know, with the 3/4 plywood. But I'm still utilizing the 2-inch stock for the ends, which is 1.5 inches on the ends. But I've made up not a lot of them. This is the beefy medium, which I phased out of this wood. I can't get this wood anymore. It looks like. So I'm going to keep using, I'm going to make more of these. I'm going to be utilizing plywood for the sides. I'm going to still keep the 1.5 inch stock for the ends. And actually I've been using 2x6s. My chop saw cuts 2x6s perfectly. But I found out yesterday, goofing around on my chop saw, I've got a fence I've set up, and if I go ahead and glue the two 2x6s together, I can cut halfway through with my chop, flip my piece, and cut the other half. It works out great to make a deep. So let's put this on. We're not in honey production mode. Now with this design here and this 2-inch beefy stock, you'll see I got an overhang here. There's an overhang here, no biggie. It's even. It's the same on the length. The length is the same, and you can see the inside dimensions are the same. So that's good. So I'll take the rest of these frames and load them on in the top here. There's nectar in here, got quite a bit of nectar in here for them. All these mediums be later on. They've got a lot of stored nectar. Of course, I've been feeding them. Here's some old queen cells in here. One, two, three, four, five, six. I'm going to need a couple more. I'll put strings in here and I'll move them over. I'll put the strings in between the drawn out to make this up. And I'm going to keep pumping the food to this thing. Keep pumping food to this thing until they fill it all out. They're going to blow out this bottom here. When they do, what I'll do to clean these out, this brooding stuff out of here, I'll put an excluder in here so she stays down, and I'm going to try to run a one single brood chamber on these to where I can make some honeycomb up top. So eventually we're going to start shoving all this stuff over, phasing them out of medium equipment into deeps and put them in these beefy 8-frame deeps. That's all I'm going to run is 8-frame. It's just a suggestion for you guys. As you get older, the old back ain't what it used to be. So yeah, you can run the 8s, handle the 8s a lot better. A lot of commercial guys are running 8s. I went to the Lowe's this morning because I needed more plywood for building some more beefy 8s. And I said to the clerk, I said, listen, you guys have got 4x4 sheets back there, cut, already pre-cut, in the back bin back there. He said, yes. I said, it's looking to me like the numbers, those are more expensive than if I buy a full sheet. You guys give me one free cut anyway to cut that in half. You've already got them pre-cut. Can I just go ahead and get the 2 and just charge me for a full sheet price? No, we can't do that. Really? So I said, so what you're telling me, I got to get a full sheet, go ahead and have somebody help me put the full sheet on a rack, take it back to this panel saw, bother somebody to cut it, and then you're going to charge me less than the parts you've already had in the back. He said, you are right. So he had a little smile on his face. And then I left there, went over to the paint place and found another $9 can of paint, right? In the paint department. They had about 20 cans. So, I mean, all kinds of screwing up over there. So I said to the paint guy, I picked up the can. I went over and shook his hand. He looked at me kind of funny. I said, "Thank you so much." He said, "You're welcome." I said, "Thank you for screwing up." And he got that, I don't know, kind of a Clint Eastwood look on his face, like, go ahead, make my day look, you know. And he had that look like, should I bitch slap this guy right now or wait a minute, you know? And then he looked down and he saw me with that can of paint, that $9 tag on it. Then he smiled. Then it kind of broke the ice, you know. And he says, I said, "I appreciate you screwing up." He said, "You're welcome. You're welcome." And I said, I really like the way you operate." And he says, "What are you painting with that stuff?" I said, "Beehives." He said, "I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal." I said, "Okay." He said, "I'll keep screwing up if you bring me a jar of honey once in a while." I said, I shook his hand. I said, "You got a deal, bud. You got a friggin' deal." So that's how you work that deal, all right? Make buddies with your paint guy and have him keep screwing up so you get the $45 paint for $9, all right? All right, guys, I got to put 2 more frames in here, get the lid on, and then I will put another jar of syrup. I'm going to keep pumping the syrup to these guys. Keep pumping the syrup, and I got to get out here. I got to get out here, guys, and start banging out some more 8s, because we got a lot of bees to put in these 8-framers. So I'll catch you on the next one. Be happy. And get out there and build them boxes. See you later. Bye-bye.